the stream for a second. Hi. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
now.
We're back. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blix will, he's, there's probably like a section where it's like, here's all the little plaque type things, and he's like taking them off and like reading them really closely and just kind of like tossing it on the ground next to him after he's done.
Well done. Well done. Well done. So, at this point, yes, you guys start
are there
smashing.
any drugs in this room?
You can start looking.
Yeah.
And you start looking now.
I back away from smoke again.
Smart.
I mean,
Yeah, you're
aside from him.
Yep. The
'Cause
speaker.
it smells real good.
Actually, roll again. It's been a few rounds, or it's been a few minutes at least, since your last addiction withdrawal symptom there. This is a, well, let's see, it'd be specifically, what does it say? A speed, or it could be might at this point, might roll, just to see if you can handle withdrawals, because it's getting terrible for you in particular because of the background.
Got a 10.
And you did not use effort, did you?
Oh no.
Okay.
I want them.
Yes, exactly. Let's, yeah, you feel twice as jumpy right now. Mechanically speaking, it's going to help you with your speed rolls, but it's going to really rough up your concentration on anything specific, like rough it up as in 2 steps down. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back, mechanically speaking, for this particular way it does. And how do you react, realizing there's nothing in this room either?
Damn, what kind of precinct do you run? Don't you have any confiscated shit? What is this place?
Yep.
It's another.
God, it's like they don't store the confiscated drugs in the conference room. I don't know what they're thinking.
I'm actually gonna question why.
Is there like coffee?
Yeah. Say again, Rob?
I'm gonna question why smoke is flipping out, because we're in a feather.
Ah.
Why would you need a feather if you're in a feather? I mean, it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
This is the real world, and she flicks some blood at him.
Yep.
Yeah, so that could be, you get hurt in feathers too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any evidence of. No, sorry.
God damn it, Eddie! And Chester just walks over and slaps him, just literally like across the face.
Now, yes. However, here's what we're gonna say. I'm gonna go for a dodge roll, for Oedipus, and because you're so loosey goosey, I'm gonna drop it 2 steps because you're in a feather, man. This is all cool. So you're already like, who cares?
Well, I'm not even gonna spend effort. I'm good. I'm good at feathers.
Okay, hit a 12 or above.
Can I use my training in Kung Fu for this?
Yes, of
Because
course.
I literally just seconds ago, I remembered that I took 20 weeks of Kung Fu classes. Whoa. I know Kung Fu.
No, we're not doing that though.
Yes,
No,
I'll drop it 3. Drop it 3.
We are.
So hit a 9 or above.
17.
Okay, here I'm gonna describe from Chester's point of view here. What should have been a slap, like this dude goes back, the whole like this thing, and he's smiling, and it whiffs right over him, which infuriates you twice as much, and now your ankle starts hurting like a son of a bitch, and you have to stop slapping because you gotta.
Actually, I think if I saw him do this, I would react by taking my leg. Can I do it? I'll do a speed roll for this. I want to kick his legs out from under him, just so he like.
You realize, yes, but it's dropped so far. You can, because I'd love to see either a 1 or a 20. But remember, anything that's having to do with kicking leaves you on 1 foot. So either you're kicking with your terribly hurt foot that's going to hurt like a son of a bitch, or
he's
you're
doing it with his hurt with a son of a bitch foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're less worried about falling over and more worried about your foot flying off once you.
Worth it.
Yes.
Worth it.
I love it. I love never split the party. This is like one of the few instances. Like, maybe split the party.
I got a 3 though, so I'm gonna let that stand. I'm not gonna re-roll it. I think this is
Excellent.
just not going well for Chester.
It hits at the wrong spot. Your toe barely touches, but it's just enough to pop it forward. The most excruciting pain you've ever felt.
Fuck!
You only see
I hate today.
I bet you wish you had some drugs.
The speaker comes on again.
He's gonna push out one of the conference room chairs and he's just sitting down and just
in a wheelie chair. I love it.
Yeah,
You've got a wheelie chair, a chair with wheels on it.
Yeah, it's like, God, I hate today.
The speaker comes on and says, "Shh, are you guys done?" Shh, and goes off again. At this point, you can hear one of the 3 doors, the one that was directly in front of you around the table and everything. You can hear footsteps approaching on the concrete floor, coming closer, maybe 10 seconds away, but it's one set of foot steps coming towards you, and it's pretty quick pace and good clip there.
I take a kung fu battle stance. Like, bring it.
Nice.
You're saying bring it to a dude holding his shin in a wheelie chair.
I hear the door. I don't know if I'm taking it too far, but that one was a real one, and I'm just seeing more evidence. The fact that you sucked at what you tried to do means this is a feather, because you suck at feathers. Therefore,
yeah,
feather.
It is so deeply, and you're so convinced at this point. Good luck. You're sure. You're right.
Fine. You're in a feather. It's fine.
One of you is like, it's
imagine me some shit, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you're doing it, and then again, just like in some of the other feathers, you try, it doesn't happen. But you know what? That also happened in the other feather.
Yeah.
So
inconclusive.
Absolutely. Now I'm gonna do a one more. It's similar to the addiction roll, but it's for the mathematician here before the steps come. The idea of the wall separating, the 3.5 foot steel wall, is bothering you so badly at this point because you want to know how to do that. Obviously, you're gonna have to roll. It's the intellect roll. You can use effort if you'd like, but at this point, it's already an intimidating roll because it's just too much. So, how much are you going to drop it before you roll? Oh, those beautiful numbers! Oh, you wish.
I know. I can throw three levels of effort at it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. Roll and 9 or above.
No whammies. So if I spend XP, do I get that effort applied again?
You don't get the effort back, but you certainly can spend XP to reroll. If it really bothers,
can I re-spend effort? Okay.
Yes, you have 3 effort to spend.
Okay, I'll spend an XP to reroll. I'll spend another. This is great. I'm going to knock myself out just by blowing my entire.
Drop those.
It'll be great.
Drop those pools, y'all.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 3 levels of effort and try this one again. 9
or above. 18.
There we go.
Excellent.
All right. Better.
Okay. So yes, it's you're one step closer to figuring it out, but at least you got past the main part of like, how could this possibly be real? Now at least you figure, okay, it's a particular school of mathemagic. Numbers might make sense if. So you're now back to calculating instead of getting ready to overload, kind of thing. Back to chill.
Can I use action processor, where I draw upon stored information and the ability to process incoming data at amazing speeds?
Yes.
To become trained in a physical task of my choice for 10 minutes?
Yes. How do you want to do this?
Oh, this is the it's the Matrix I know kung fu joke.
Yeah.
It's like, yep. I know speed defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that let's see. For a mathematician, speed defense comes, especially somebody as ridiculous as or ridiculously focused as you.
You know, like the
It-
Sherlock Holmes way of fighting in the movie,
just phone. Yeah, is
where
that
you
the?
just like can predict where they're gonna hit you.
Mhm.
Yeah, he always
Yeah.
goes through 3 lefts before trying
Right.
to do a right, and the second one is always a
Yeah.
low shot. And yeah.
You jump. Let's say that you jump. You can pretend that the battle area is a chessboard, and you can actually use yourself. And somehow, this is going to help your speed defense. But you have to declare what piece you are first before every move now, and then I'll give it to you at least for the next 10 minutes. So just tell me what the move is and tell me how to get there, and I'll let you use it for speed defense.
Okay.
That's fun. I know chess. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, I had to do a mathematician sport. All right. But you can let me know how that looks. But yeah, that's what you figure would be a good way. Okay. Now the footsteps have stopped, and the door swings open. It swings out, and you see in front of you um, a character or somebody that you each have seen before, and one of you have seen many times, and this is our old pal Vic Brutus. And Vic
Mm.
Brutus is another dog man, but he's Manchester PD, and he's wearing civilian clothes. He's not in his uniform, and he looks at Chester, and he kind of, you can see Chester that his eyes are down. He doesn't really want to look up at you, and he's just kind of shaking his head like this. And that's when you notice behind him 2 of the shadow cops or shadow boxes coming in and hovering. So he's being watched. He's walking up to you, and there's, these are very dangerous. They have more than info beams armed on these things. So he's not saying anything, and he turns around, kind of goes like this, and starts walking down a long hallway.
Chester's gonna like push himself up, just sort of like barely getting on his thing. All of us are just me.
At this point, the speaker comes back on. It looks like Vic is about ready to answer you, and the speaker comes on first, and it goes, "Shh, all of you, hurry up, fucking minx."
I'm gonna punch that guy in the face so hard.
He is straight
And
up.
Chester's just gonna get behind Vic and just like start
Mhm.
following him. And again, like he's avoiding eye contact with the boomers. He's just
Isn't that the asshole who called the dibble on us last time?
Yeah. What's he doing this feather?
Yeah.
I don't remember going into a feather with a cop. So I feel like I need to like start questioning the feather theory at this point.
Mhm.
Smoke
Mhm.
starts lagging back
roll-
so that she
Roll
like
an int. Oh, sorry,
goes
Char.
even with Smoke starts lagging back a little bit so that she's kind of even with Blix now.
Okay, perfect.
When does Blix ever in the back?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh well,
Um,
Go
then
ahead.
she's up.
Chester, sorry, Oedipus. Let's have you roll an int roll to see again if you're questioning the feather thing. One last little.
I will
This is
spend.
to really convince you or not. This is an intimidating task at this point, because you're so sure. But yeah, you don't remember going in with feather with him.
So I forgot to update my character sheet online on the overlay, so I'm going to do that right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a level of effort
Okay.
on the intellect roll. So that should take it down. I have nothing useful. I have intellect defense. I'm not sure what that is.
No, this is more of a, like an epiphany.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. So you dropped it. How many levels? 2?
I dropped it 1 level with effort, and I
And you
rolled
got 18?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not remember going into a feather with this guy. In fact, the sudden realization that you're not in a feather, um, just cold sweat. All the stuff, how close, you got swung at, this and that. Yeah, this is real. This is the real world, unfortunately.
Oh shit. Hey, Smoke, do you need some band-aids?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I know Kung Fu though. I mean, obviously.
Welcome back, Eddie.
Eddie, I love it. So Vic Brutus keeps walking down. The shadow cops, the shadow boxes again, which are pretty large, and they have a shadow snake, or dream snake inside, um, encased in an aquarium, I guess I would say, because of the fact that it's filled with smoke, shadow smoke, and it's a drone style, but and of course it has flashing lights on the top, info beam, and these are very, very clearly weaponized as well. These are two more of the captain's private guard, Disu's private guard. So all of
This
you
seems
know.
a little intense.
Mhm. At the end of the hallway where you guys are walking, you can see a door open, and it's backlit, absolutely backlit. You see two figures standing. Um, Again, it's so bright lit from behind uh, that it's impossible for any of you guys in the first glimpse to you just see silhouettes. Um, and that's when the speaker comes back on. It says, "Shh, run, 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 run." And at this point,
Which way, you goddamn speaker?
Vic Brutus has turned around and is running past you guys. The shadow boxes above him at this point start to look like they're going, but they stop. There's something messing with their signals, and they can't fire their weapons. And he's running back towards the conference room where you guys just came.
I'm running out.
I throw what do I throw? I throw a mind punch at the drones just for shits and giggles.
Absolutely.
And as I run, I'm not stopping. I'm just like doing it over my shoulder.
You can do it with that.
It blasts up to 3 targets.
Oh, you got 2.
That's right.
That's
4
badass.
damage each. Ignores armor.
Oh shoot. Okay. Cool. Is that a new? Fairly new. That's a level.
It's a tier 3. I just haven't had a chance to.
That's badass.
Mind punch anybody yet.
Yep. Now's the time. These are sentient, so they're those living beasts.
I'm gonna surface thoughts in front of me. Like what are these figures thinking?
Okay. Okay. We'll resolve that in just in just a second. So, did you roll, Shar? Do you have to roll for that, or is it just activated?
It's just activated, but I'm thinking probably with attacks like these, we probably have
to actually hit. So it's a speed roll. For you, it's more about dexterity.
I think with intellect abilities is an
actually intellect. Sorry, you can do it, especially. It's a mind punch.
Right. All right, so I will. So it costs me one to activate because it's 3, and then -1, and then I'll spend, I don't know, 3 tiers of effort because fuck these guys.
Yeah.
So that's another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that's 8 points of intellect.
Nice.
To reduce the difficulty, and reducing the difficulty 2 and adding 1 damage or 1 level of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see it.
I got a 15.
Beautiful. Okay. And sorry, explain to me what damage it does first, and then explain to me what happens or what it looks like.
Okay, so
I'm looking for
let's
Mind
see.
punch does what kind of damage? I would
It
imagine.
does intellect damage.
Okay, that's totally fine. Oh, okay.
It ignores armor. So what it looks like when Smoke does it is she just like glares and like from behind the target's eyes, like this smoke pours out from their eyes instead of from hers, and like it trails out from
And these are for the two
pink
shadow
thread.
boxes
Yeah.
hovering. Okay. And you know, as you do it, they're encased in shadow smoke themselves. There's a definite connection there. But that's exactly what happens. Now, they were already malfunctioning and unable to. That's a physical part. And now with the mind punch, it specifically hits, like I said, you said it's an intellect attack. So the dream snakes that are inside it now, both of them are desperately biting at their tails, trying to swallow their tails, trying to eat themselves up from, so they're out of commission. Do not worry. Now, and as you guys are running now, let's see. So for Chester,
Chester is not running yet.
you can't run even if you wanted to. I hate
Yeah,
to
like
tell you.
not trying, but it's I activated
Surface thoughts.
surface thoughts.
Right. Okay. Surface thoughts are you have to choose one of those targets, and so the one on the left, the figure on the left, or the figure on the right.
Let's go.
One happens to be the one on the left happens to be a few inches taller, but other than that, you can't make out anything.
I'm gonna go for the one on the right because.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And you activate it with your of course.
Activated.
All right. The one on the right, you can hear or you can feel. Obviously, there's confusion. Like, wait, this is he's supposed to be on our, and it's a mumble of total confusion surrounding Vic. Vic, he's supposed, why didn't he? I'll fucking kill him. You can hear a whole bunch of confusion, and that's literally the surface thoughts are absolute confusion. You see now. Yeah.
Can I ask, where are the hovering drones? Where are they? Are they can I reach them?
From where you are, you can run back or you can walk towards, because they were in front of you already. It'll take an action to get there and then do it. And you're going closer towards where everybody else is running away from, but that seems in character. So yeah, it'll take an action to lunge for it and to do some punching. What do you think?
Wait, no, I don't want to punch the drones. I want to do something else with the drones.
Okay, to get
these
to the
things
drones.
are hovering, right? And they're kind of frozen in place.
Yep, they're up at the top. This is about 10 feet. It's nothing you can't.
So I want to do two things. I want to use seize the moment, which lets me immediately get in range of anything with its an immediate range.
Right.
And then I don't know if this is going to work. I literally want to grab one of the drones and I want to hurl it at the guys that are in front of the hall.
Got it. Okay, that is I'm going to go with formidable, especially the fact that you've got your not only a bad foot anyway, but it's now worse because you just kicked it and hurt it. So
seize the moment. So seize the moment. That's automatic. So that's going to cost me 4 speed, but I've got 2. So it's going to cost me 2 to activate that. And then trick shot is 2, so I get that for free because I have 2 effort. And
it'll take an action for you to get there to resolve the physical part, or it'll take an action to get there. But yeah, if you want to, pick it up and hurl it, like water polo style, be my guest.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Everyone get back! And he's just forward.
They're already so far back. As you say, everybody get back, you also realize that you just hear sounds of everybody running behind you. They're way back.
Yeah, sorry, it's not seize the moment. It's control the field, which is free.
Okay, gotcha.
So both of these things don't cost me anything. He's just going to immediately get to one of the drones, and then I'm going to try to grab it out of the air and chuck it. And I want to use trick shot, which gives me in one action I can make. Well, I don't know if that counts. So, because in theory that gives me the ability to make two attacks in the same action that are so long as they're range. But I'm sure, like, can I keep grabbing both of them might be hard. So,
But you could bounce it off one skull into the other, which is more of a trick shot.
And now
Yeah.
at this point, we're going into the heroic / immortal task difficulty range, but especially with your leg. But I love your.
what is this?
cut of your
So I'm gonna spend 3 effort.
Okay.
And it says we'll do this out of this is speed. So 3 effort costs me out of speed only costs me 3 points. Ha ha ha.
Beauty of tier
That-
3.
Doesn't seem right.
Wait,
Wait,
how?
3?
I have two edge and speed.
It's 3 points for the first level of effort, 2 for each
2 for
level
the
of effort
following.
after
For
that.
2 more, yeah.
Okay, but what's edge
So
do again?
3 levels
You
of
subtract
effort.
the edge off of
Yep.
that.
So
total.
it only costs you 2, I think, right?
So
Yeah.
3 is off of the entire total of everything you spend that turn.
All right.
Your edge is subtracting
So
off the whole thing.
I don't know this math, so I'm doing what? It's a
Probably
total of
4.
7, so it only costs me 4.
So yeah, so
One
you would subtract the edge from literally everything you spend that turn. So if you activated powers, if they normally cost you 1 or 2, like you have to add everything up before you subtract the edge.
So
Alright.
it's 3 points for the turn, not 3 points for everything you do in the turn.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Which sounded okay until it looked like the author of the game looked confused at me.
No.
Then I had to tell
I
him
got
the
that.
question.
I'm thinking like 2 steps ahead. You shouldn't. This thing right now does not bode well for you guys. No, I'm just
when does
kidding.
Chester ever care what bodes well for him? Okay,
never.
so the one height that edge is free. I'm not doing
Right.
the trick shot, so it's just literally control the field, and then I'm spending 3 effort to grab the drone and toss it with a range attack. So it's really just 7 minus the 3, so it's still 4. So yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. You realize that as you're doing this, as amazing as this is with your really shitty leg at this point, even you know that if you don't hit this is going to hurt your leg.
Yeah,
You're
that's fine.
jumping. Oh God.
I'm-
Okay, so roll for it and yeah.
I got a 7. I'd like to
15.
spend XP to reroll.
Okay. I'll out one more time on this one. So 15 or above.
20.
Oh,
Chester.
you let me know. You let me know. What happens?
So yeah, this is what I want to happen is like what someone else described with the skull bonk. That's it. So Chester, you see him like he gets on he's on 1 foot and he just basically like hops and flies midair, snags one of the drones and just full force yanks it down the wall. And you watch as this shadow drone goes tumbling towards and it hits the right one on the head and then it banks and like clobbles the left one like in his shoulder or something because he was taller. But you watch all that happen and then Chester just lands on 1 foot totally fine and just kind of sets it down. Come on, motherfuckers!
Do you with the pinball sounds as it goes around? The ding, ding,
Plunk,
ding, ding, ding. Yes, and
worth
it
everything
knocks-
I spent on that.
Absolutely. It knocks those 2 down, by the way. They are knocked the hell down because that's huge. Those of you running away from following Vic Brutus, so let's resolve that. So you're hearing all this crazy shit happening behind, okay? Vic is ahead of you anyway. He's going like this.
Until
he's
I stasis him.
yeah, exactly. He gets to the conference room door and he's doing this. He says, hurry, hurry, hurry. He runs into the conference room door and he keeps moving, but then all of a sudden he splits into 10 to 15 slices, vertical slices, and falls to the ground and there's blood everywhere. It's as if he's gone through one of those old, egg cutters.
Gross.
Absolutely gone through and he's on the ground in a mess. And you heard nothing, you saw nothing.
Who
You
else is
just
familiar with the
smelled
term monofilament wire? All right.
Yep.
So let's say we walk in through that door.
Nope, which is the only exit. However,
stop, like arms out, like nope.
Yeah, you have to roll to have your screech sound as you. Now, behind you again, you're hearing all this stuff, this madness and breaking and everything, and all of you guys at this point can see there's actually a straight shot through. You guys didn't see what happened. There's no way it could have been Chester, right? He's too hurt. But something happened, and you can hear him growling and yelling as always. But all of a sudden, the way is you can see both figures is still bright light hitting you, but they're on the ground. And anybody reading, you reading surface thoughts, Chester, you now hear nothing. They're unconscious both.
So Chester's just hobbling towards the exit and like backward screaming like, "It's good.
Yes.
We're good."
Nice. Yeah, I can't believe that. Gabe. Okay. So
Chester 20.
yes, yeah, that's as usual. I'll take it though, man. I'll follow this story. All right. Yes, you have a straight shot through. Now the lights coming at you are blinding, but as you get there and as everybody else arrives at the same spot, you can see that one of the people down on the side, has their jaw off to the side, possibly a broken jaw. They're unconscious. They're drilling blood and everything, but it's not a.
Can I want to pat as soon as I get up to them. I'm patting them. I'm looking for weapons.
Okay. Okay. So yes. So we'll resolve it all at once then. So that's the first. And you do not. The jaw is all messed up. However, everybody roll an intellect roll right now. Before we do that, just a basic intellect roll. If you want to use effort, go for it. You're tier 3.
Is it a perception type roll or not?
I'm sorry?
Is it perception-ish?
Yeah, absolutely. Any type of perception.
I'll use effort.
Yeah.
So
I'll take a level of effort because I got the whole effort edge cancel.
And this is just for one there. And this is the one who was on the left, the shorter one who got knocked down and it hit the shoulder and knocked the jaw and knocked him down.
I spent effort, but I got a 2. So
okay. Anyone else?
I got a 6.
Going with it.
Got it.
Spent effort, but I got a 1.
Yes.
I rolled a 13, but it's one level harder for me.
Okay.
Because I'm.
Oh yeah, and I'm -2 to concentration.
Yeah, a 1 with a -2. Great. Blix, can you help at all? Or no?
I rolled a 6 on it.
Okay, nope. What Smoke sees as you're looking down is that you don't recognize the face at all, but now there's something familiar. There's something familiar, and now it's even worse. Let's say for your concentration, you're down 3 steps because of concentration.
Oh, good.
You've got absolute. You've got a swarm of blurb flies flying around in your skull at this point. It's awful.
So it's like my normal day.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the real world. Yeah, yes, and between the addiction withdrawals and this, now you are it's horrible. You've never felt this off balanced. So that's happening to you.
Lex, I need your help.
Yep. Now on the right, and then I'll show you.
Licking.
Yeah.
Just a little.
On the right,
on,
and again, then we'll resolve the action there. But on the right-hand side, as you guys are getting up to there and to the point where you guys are in range to start searching if you want, the one on the right was taller, and you can actually see that they have what looks like a poncho, one of those like if they're for like emergency victims or some type of like free giveaway poncho, something light to go over. MPD has a lot of these anyway. It's just kind of for victims and things like that. So it's to cover you, and it's black. But what you can see as you guys are there is you don't recognize the face. This is a Robo Man. It's on the ground. But underneath this, you can actually see that he's got the red with the white stripes underneath, and you guys have never seen him. He's wearing boomer gear, and he's a Robo Man, and you can actually see his eyes open, and the whites are just kind of rolling back. You can kind of see them just rolling in circles like this, almost like a loading screen. And you know that both of them are going to be up soon. But this Robo Man is again looks scary as hell, and he's about ready to wake up now. There at the end of this room with the lights going through, you can actually see a doorway which is still halfway opened. Behind, you can actually hear the sounds of traffic outside. So this is a door to the exit of Strange Ways, and it's right past you. It's just hop, skip, and a jump. More of a hop for you there, Chester. But it's past now. And again, there's no shadow. You guys have done what you've needed to do to get out. If you just keep running, you can stop to do the search right now if you want.
What was the condition of the guy in the boomer outfit?
You feel, without getting too metagamey, he's just about ready to wake up again, like one round kind of thing. Like he's coming, he's about ready to come to, and he's big. He's covered in, he's got the steel colored skin. He's covered in tats, all over, none of which say anything about North Gort or anything that should be. And he's got everything over. He's got, he's got the trackies on, but he's about ready to wake up.
Trackies look familiar, like they were stolen.
You can't tell, but it's definitely Boomer gear. It's official. It's the same brand you guys buy, and then sew your patches.
He has the right number of stripes.
Yes.
Well, I'm leaning towards taking him with us because no man left behind and all that, even if we don't know him.
I love your loyalty at this moment.
Yeah, like I think Chester's on board with that. Like, fuck, he's a boomer. Grab him.
Nice.
And Chester's just, and I'll do might for this. He's just gonna like one hand like limp, and he's gonna just toss him over his shoulder and just head towards the exit.
Oh my god.
Nice. I'm gonna say that yes, you do that, and you're gonna pay for that in pain in a little bit. But right
That's
now,
fine.
you've got the adrenaline, you've got the dog in you. You keep going. I'll let you do it. But holy shit, is this gonna hurt when you stop to think?
I need my drone.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
They're not buzzing around outside, but at least you're outside now. Again, you can see the door open. You can see that it's nighttime outside. Not that it, you guys already know it's been more than 24 hours since you were out. And that's in front. So you're stopping to pick up the boomer. Two of you guys doing it. Did I hear that?
I mean, I think Chester's just adrenaline, like
got it.
Strength
Beautiful.
is his thing. He's just going to grab the Robo Man and just fire him. He's just over his shoulder, and he over his good shoulder because the other one's going to hurt more. And he's just like limping towards the exit, like, come on, we'll get you another goddamn fly, Smoke. And he's out the door.
Nice.
You don't understand.
You guys
So
are
The other guy on the left is still out of. Sorry.
Yep.
The guy on the left is still like down and out of commission and like mostly screwed up, right?
Absolutely. Totally unconscious. Correct.
Okay, and then it's not going to accomplish anything, but Blix is absolutely going to grab him by the collar and like pull him up, and like try to like pop him on the side of the face. It's like, hey, where's my goddamn feather?
Nice.
What did you do with my stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, actually, even though they're unconscious, do you have persuasion or intimidation? You probably don't.
I have an inability in both of those.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. So they stay in sleepy.
Blix is like,
yep.
He's fast and he's direct. He's like, where's my feather? It's not like, hey, dude, how's it going? Like, been looking for. Yeah, don't like.
You say that, and
he's just the tall guy who just like bends over the top of him, just like, do the thing.
It just comes out as, excuse me, where's my feather? I need my feather.
Yeah. And okay, the minute also you guys burst out through the door out into the nighttime there, and you guys are in I think it's in Ann Coates and Clayton I believe, Strange Ways. So you're not in North Gort. You're not in Rushholm or Bottletown. In fact, none of you guys have been. Most of you guys haven't been in this area. Chester has, although you've never been this close, thankfully. Okay, but anyway, so you're out there now. It's just it's a regular, an unsecured exit. It's the very edge. You see that you've got maybe 15, 20 feet before there's the the chain link fence that goes up about 10 feet and then has the barbed wire at an angle going back. So you're going to have to get through it somehow, and that's when the lights hit you, the sirens start going. They've realized that there is been a break, and Chester, very well that you are seconds away from, just a few seconds away from the full force coming up, because they're stationed on the top, on the roof. So there's going to be a full force, the same ones that brought you in, up and on top of you guys.
Okay, this is a mad, like as soon as the lights hit Chester, he's like, fuck, we're boned to the fence. And he's just bolting, and he's carrying this robo-dog. And he's just like, he's huffing it like fucking just, yeah, he's hunched, he's over.
Throw the robo on top of the barbed wire. He won't care.
Now Chester, pushing yourself at this point, continue to push yourself is going to make it even worse, but you're still doing it, I would imagine.
Hey, here's the idea. How about we don't let the crippled man carry him? How about I carry him? I stop Chester. I say, "This is stupid." I pull the guy off his shoulder and throw him on mine. And then, we don't have our PDAs, do we? We have nothing.
No, we got nothing.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Chester, even though you want to hang on, literally, you're all of a sudden the pain is starting to kick in, and you really right now are starting to lock up because of the pain, and you just let him take it off. Adrenaline be damned, it's starting to hit. You guys at this point are at the edge of the fence, and we're going to say there's maybe 2 rounds before shit hits hard. So 10 feet up with angled back barbed wire. And
Alex,
I have a cunning
and I'll throw you over.
I have a cunning plan. I'm going to speculate with
I am really strong.
With my limited knowledge of dampening fields. I'm going to try my finger guns, because we were inside where they didn't work. Do they work outside?
You shoot like this, and you can actually, yes,
Okay.
it goes
I'm going to put a man-shaped hole in the fence.
I can see.
Literally matching. Yeah.
Perfect. It'll take 2 rounds to do that.
You guys cover me.
Yep.
I got this.
So you can start doing that. Okay, that's the beginning of this first. Anybody else in this second to last round, I suppose?
What could he do?
Chester, unfortunately, you are at the point where you're looking down now, and you see the tibia sticking straight out. Now it's out, and your foot is just doing the robot. Just
motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah, your fur / skin is, it's got blood and everything, and it hasn't hit you yet, but from experience, you're still in shock, but it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
A question is stasis? Was stasis something that can be localized, or is it just everything?
Well, if it's localized, it might cut off your. I see.
It'll stop whatever it is localized around from moving.
I see.
In space.
Yeah.
Like, I could help Chester, but it would be by Chester being locked here as a statue.
Yeah, and you'd still feel the pain, which is probably even worse.
Never mind.
Got it.
I want to use muscles of iron and start pounding on the man-shaped hole as he does it to just help break through.
Okay.
Alex, Chester's going to go partially there to reduce the weight on his leg. So like he's gonna like once he's just like fuck, and he's just gonna shadow out.
You're still going to have to roll right now because of
Okay.
the thing, and it's going to be a challenging task no matter what.
Okay.
You
No,
can use
no
effort
matter
if
what
you-
I spend.
No, I'm sorry. It's a challenging task, but if you want to spend effort, you can. It's fine.
What is it? Is this like this is a might thing, right? Like how much the pain's getting to me?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it'd be.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend might. I'll spend
Okay.
2 levels.
Okay, so down to 9 or above, and no re-rolls on this particular one, just because.
10, just barely.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. You're still you're still in the game there. You're still able to do what you need to do. Okay, that's the
So-
first. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get to go yet. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
While everybody's concentrating on poking a hole in the wall,
Yes.
I will try to force point to like, can we rip a hole with gravity through the wall here at this point too?
Perfect.
It's already,
Okay,
it's already being
because that'll be
compromised. so
3 people
pew!
working on the
Yeah.
same. 3 people working on the same point. It sounds like we have.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay, and yeah, deduct the points and to do that. It's force point, but you're so close. There's no need to aim or anything like that. Okay. Now I'm going to say that because there's 3 people working on it, the man-shaped hole flies forward and off and down, and you guys have the ability to break through. Now we are on to the last round here. Before you guys know that the shadow cops come in. And there are, again, you've made through, there are cars parked there as well in front. You're outside, it's a pretty dark street. It must be really late at night. There's almost no one there. There's, houses maybe 50 yards ahead of you. Brick, the brick, anyway, the apartments and everything. But yeah, that's where you're at. You're out onto the street. You're off the grounds of Strange Ways, but you're 1 round away from.
Yeah, can I whistle for a black cab?
What? Eddie, just steal the goddamn car.
You can do both. You can whistle for one and try to do that.
See which one comes first.
Okay, fine.
No, I love.
Are there any nice cars on the street?
There aren't any New York cabs. You can certainly whistle for one, but there happens to be none around. There's also no black cabs. Actually, there's really no one on the street that you can see.
Are there any vehicles sitting around?
Yeah, there's several vehicles. These are like Ford Comets and, just kind of the basics. And you realize also this is where a lot of the people a lot of the people who work for the MPD in this area live in these houses beyond. So this is.
So they can't afford better cars.
Pretty much.
Okay, so
so we're going to steal an
pick the
off-duty
biggest one.
cop's car.
yeah, no, I'm hot wire. I'm breaking into a Ford Comet because so I've got a hot wiring skill.
Oh.
I feel like my character out of the box when I did character creation, I started with a Ford Comet, so I think that should be an asset.
Asset, absolutely.
So
Yeah, if that's your ride, usually, you know
yeah,
exactly the weak point on this. Absolutely.
like they're cheap, they're easy to steal.
I'll drop it. Yeah, so that'll drop it. Using any effort. This is.
Yeah,
It was challenging, so it's already dropped 2 to demanding.
While he's in there hot wiring it, I'm gonna get behind the car and just start pushing once it's in neutral. So that like we are moving regardless, because I still have like my muscles of iron at last
Yes,
10
true.
minutes.
True.
So I'm just gonna like start pushing everybody along as we go.
That's kind
And
of
hopefully that'll get the engine kind of started a little bit and do an asset to help him.
Nice.
So I'll then also spend 2 levels of effort. So it's
Okay.
5 minus 4 is 1. And this time I'm actually doing the math right. Thank you for
Nice.
explanation. So that's
6
2
or
down
above.
on mine. That's 5 down from where we started.
Yep. 6 or above.
14.
Excellent.
Woo.
Bum, 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 and the crappy motor starts up, and the doors open up, and even Chester is, it's parked right outside, but you can see. Chester, you want to walk by the car this time, or you want?
No, Chester's gonna he'll open the passenger side, and he's like the door's kind of hanging open, and he's just like lifting his leg into it, just like punched against it, just like mother, and like
Oh, how
it's
the
a
mighty
Ford
have
Comet,
fallen.
so Chester's frame isn't really fitting, but
Are we putting Mystery Boomer in the trunk or in between two people?
Trunk.
Up to you guys. You have time to do it in
Yeah,
a
throw them in the
round.
trunk.
Yeah, trunk, and I locked the trunk from the outside because these are so shitty that I didn't even put a handle in there.
Pretty much.
And I'm gonna write on the top because man.
At least somebody is staying true to form. Oh, poor Chester. All you want to do is stay outside of that damn car. But
Yeah, and
yeah, at this point the smart dog takes over. Yes, absolutely. So yes, now at this point there's going to be one driving roll, and then we're going to break right after this. One driving roll here for Oedipus. No one can help him right now because, dude, you're in your own head, man.
Yep.
I
got this.
And you got this. So at this point, and this is you're getting. I'm guessing you're pushing, and then you're going to jump on top. Shar, that's what Smoke's going to do.
Yeah.
It's push. Okay. So I'll give you an asset for that, but that's kind of it from the outside stuff. And then any kind of driving skills or whatever is fine. You can add that to it.
Driver, and I'll spend. I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm gonna spend another 2 levels of effort.
Good. Wow. These
And you
speed
got
pulls,
your
all
comment
these pulls are
asset.
dropped.
This 5.
Yep.
That's
2 down. It's now challenging. If you dropped a 2, it's now down to challenging.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to use any effort, or you don't have to?
I spent effort. 2 levels.
Okay. Okay, another 2. Okay, so 2 assets, 2 levels of effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's got
1.
3 assets because there's me helping. There's his.
Okay, perfect.
Comment.
Driver and 2 efforts.
1, 2, 3,
And then
6 or above.
2 comment.
It's a 4. It's a 4.
Okay.
Reroll. I will spend XP.
I will spend XP. No.
I definitely would.
I'm spending XP.
And you can only reroll once on this one.
I roll a natural 20.
Yes.
Oh.
Guys.
Oh, what a beautiful way to take a break. Okay. Right before we fade in and out for for a 10-minute break, you tell me the scene, please, as the dozens of shadow cop, the boxes, the drones go up off the roof and start going towards you guys over the fence. How do you manage to get the 6 blocks away into a spot where they can no longer follow?
I succeed in the impossible, which is making a Ford Comet look like a car that you actually want to be seen in and that can actually drive. I floor the pedal, and I'm going to say maybe someone's been doing some doctoring on this car. Someone did some aftermarket modifications, and I floor it, and it jerks away, and it's going way faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
So,
Smoke is flying back at this point.
I'm just got my fingers dug into the trunk. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
I hate driving.
Nice.
complaining.
Okay, and where do you end up, and how do you end up in a nice, safe-ish area? Where do you want to?
Which district are we in?
It's Ancoats and Clayton.
What's the closest? How far is it to anything that we are comfortable with?
Let's see. You're only two districts up from North Gort, actually. Let's see right here. Got you right here. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. You're in new plating, or new platting. Sorry, new platting, and it is two districts away from North Gort. You have to go down through Ancoats and Clayton. Yep. And
I think the situation is that I floor it so hard, and I keep.
Oh, excuse me, and Bradford. You're 3 districts, so you're pretty damn far away from safe area, but safe for now area is more like.
I'm gonna floor it and see how far I can get. I'm hopefully at least 1 district before the car realizes that it is in fact a Ford Comet.
You're gonna make Ford Comets cool again, man. Yeah. You're souped up Ford Comet. It looks like shit, but damn, is this thing handling? Okay. And where do you either screech to a halt, or where do you end up that feels good for you?
Do we have any connections in here?
please, just someplace with drugs.
First things first.
Yeah.
Away is my first goal.
Yes.
I wonder if I have any context. I don't have a feather, so I can't call in my once per session
Nope.
connection. But
Not
I
yet.
want to find at least like a place that is neutral and safe and that doesn't care
Mhm.
about the Manchester Police Department.
Okay, so you know, or you find an area where it looks like this new construction site is, has enough scaffolding and stuff over it that you can at least get to the point where you're no longer being seen above, and you also feel like you're in a good spot. No one hears sirens falling directly where you're at, and so I'll say that you guys have rolled into what is going to be a massive apartment structure, but it's just being built from the ground up. So abandoned for the evening construction site. Yeah, yeah. And you skid right into the spot, and that that's where we're gonna fade the lights for 10 minutes. It's 12 to the hour now. We can come back and start at the top of the hour, and then you guys escape from Strange Ways again. Well, this time for real, and
the cops twice.
right. And as we're fading, I'm going to say this: all of a sudden it dawns on you, Chester, through the pain and everything, that the person with the jaw dislocated that you saw, that was too bloodied at the time and messed up, you recognize as the same person who you guys met long ago that was in the car, this person who was always kind of hanging around, and that you guys in that big tanker truck, where that
her?
almost hit you. Yes, her. So
Okay.
yes, and that was her, and her jaw was knocked over, like I said, and also she was also wearing MPD clothes, we should say, which you knew ahead of time anyway. But those were the two people, and you know very well also that Vic Brutus knows her, because Vic Brutus is the one who hooked you up. So that's what's in your head, is the realization of, oh shit, you guys did know one of them, and why was she on that side of the lights?
Yeah.
And yep, and then we'll dim it for now, and then up in top of the hour.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
See you guys in 10.
You got it. 10.
Listen up, Kittlings. The VURT wants you. The only way out is to finish the game. Be careful. Be very, very careful.
Next match sets home rivals Man City against United. Blue versus red. It's most visceral. It's Friday. Buy your ticket with us today.
Yay!
And we're back.
We're alive. We're in a
And
car.
we're back. Perfect. Okay. So in the car, again, very, very late, maybe early morning, still dark. You guys are in a safe enough for the moment spot, construction. And at this point, Chester, you're looking down. It's a tibia and that fibula then, and that one is actually sticking out as well. You have nothing connecting your foot to the foot bone's not connected to the shin bone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're at the point where you could pretty easily yank it off. Not that you should, but
But you
that's
could.
where you're at. Yeah, try to string around it, put it on a doorknob. No, that's horrible. But yeah, that's the extent of your injury after pushing yourself, and it sounds like for a good cause. You guys all got out of there.
So yeah, Chester's gonna once the car stops, he'll rip into his. He's still got the prison jumpsuit on.
Mhm.
He's basically just gonna tear it out. He's gonna try to make it like an ace bandage to just keep the foot connected.
Mhm. Roll for a might test on that, and this is going to be intimidating. If you want to drop it with effort, you can, but
I will.
this is to keep from passing out if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah, I'll drop it. But yeah, I spent 2 levels of effort.
Okay.
I don't really have any.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything. Yeah, not screaming out in pain when your foot's about ready to fall off.
I got a 15 though.
Okay, past difficult, which is 12. Okay, yes, you manage not to pass out as you do. Your nose goes absolutely hot. I guess it would be the opposite for dogs, right? Not a cold nose. Hot and dry, and you know, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. But your foot's still attached, at least for the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got like he's also kind of shirtless at this point because he just the only cloth he had, he just ripped it off. So he had a shirtless old Chester.
Yep.
With the,
shedding hair everywhere you go, of course, you know, shedding like a dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we have like 10 minutes here while we're in the car where we'd be able to take a recovery roll?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
probably wise.
Well, I will take one of those.
Oh, yeah.
First one. Yeah, I don't know where you guys are at. Yeah, the first one is a action. You got 10 minutes. So if you guys want to take
do you want us to spend them action first in order?
Yeah, it's probably better.
yeah.
Cool.
We'll just do 1d6.
1d6
Your
plus
tier,
tier.
so you get +3.
Oh, cool. Got 8. I get to put 8 back in my pools.
You guys were going low too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
All right, I got 7 back.
Oh, 1 plus 3. I got 4 back. That's fine.
That's close enough.
So wait, I got 8. So I put 6 in that, which means I got 2 in that. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, and so that roll that you just did before Chester's roll to keep his foot on, that actually kept you from going from impaired to debilitated.
Okay.
Especially since you could have, bleeding and all this other
Yes.
stuff. There's so much. So that kept you from being debilitated, critically injured. So, yes, although you're not walking, your hop, even if you hop, it's going to be excruciating pain every time it comes down.
All right.
Just so you know. Yep. All right. Anybody else? And you make your second or 10-minute roll. You feel if you can turn on some tunes and rest for 10 minutes.
Smoke takes a little bit of pity on Chester because she actually knew this before. It's not like a shock to her, and she knows that he also still considers us family, which is why she didn't tell anybody. So she finds some some kind of metal that she can bend into like a crutch for him.
Mm-hmm.
And she does that with her extra strength, and she hands it to him.
Tearing off a piece of the edging from the top around one of the doors.
Sorry, man.
Construction rebar.
In the very last seconds of your mites of steel, the 10 minutes there, you're able to do just that. In fact, it's probably as good of a crutch as you could buy at a store. I'll say that. Your local crutch you want, so you can figure it out. Yeah, but you're still in extreme extreme pain and very slow if you're, hobbling, but at least you can get one there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like Chester's, so now that he's kicked open the door of the car and he's just like, he's in the passenger seat, his terrible broken leg just dangling out, just like resting, like, we got to figure out who the hell's in our trunk. And we got to get back to HQ.
Mm-hmm.
You ought to get that looked at.
Yeah,
By
we'll
somebody
work
who's
on
not
that.
me, 'cause I want to stop looking at it.
Yeah. In fact, I will go look at the ugly guy in the trunk instead. I'm gonna walk over to the trunk and get my finger guns ready.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna open it. We're gonna open this trunk,
Oh wait.
Oedipus, and we've got two questions
Here's
to ask
more
this
rebar
guy.
for you guys.
This is the only
I'll
weapon.
give everybody some rebar as weapon.
Okay, fine. I have finger guns. You have
Well,
rebar.
not you. You have finger guns.
I think you're the only one who's gonna end up being like really useful with a piece of rebar.
So
Blix isn't.
I kick the bumper 3 inches from the bottom right, and the trunk opens.
Of course it does, like the Fonz.
It's a common flaw of the Ford Comet.
And you would know it.
2084 model.
Yep, and you would know it. 2084 model. You just said that, so there it is. 2084 model. Not the year necessarily, but I would imagine. Well, who knows? It's the year of our Queen Hobart.
I don't know what year it is. So.
This year is the
decades,
year of our
2
queen.
decades in the future. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, the new queen. Okay, so again, you do that. It pops
Playing
open.
diplomatic immunity.
You can see the Roboman there. He's still barely conscious, or he's now barely conscious. He was unconscious, but he's still not with it. He's kind of, maybe it's the fact he's stuck in and as you know very well, Oedipus, the exhaust goes right into the trunk, in a Ford Comet. Everybody knows that. You definitely knew that. So
they thought it was a good idea. I mean,
I love it.
Made as much sense as any other idea. He's still breathing. He's fine.
Yep.
So we can go in. We can grab him by the collar, kind of sit him halfway up, kind of slap him across the face a couple times, and be like, "Who are you? And where is my feather?"
The again, the carbon monoxide poisoning. He's having,
Where are my blurbs?
Yeah.
Where's my boomer?
Okay.
I didn't even have boomer.
It's not normal for this to happen, but I will be the voice of reason and ask who the hell he is and why he's wearing one of our tracksuits.
At this point, again, he's getting questions thrown at him. Things are still hazy, quite literally for him, because of the being stuck in a trunk and, having the shit bashed out of him with a giant, 70-pound, shadow box to the face. And all you're able to get is, he's trying to talk. He can't really speak. He's trying to do it. His mouth isn't working. He's trying to communicate with his mouth, but he can't.
You can start talking, or she can start talking for you.
You can see he's trying, but he can't.
I'm gonna read his mind. What
There
does
it
his
is.
mind say?
Surface thoughts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Surface thoughts are Uncle Dougie. Uncle Dougie. Don't you know Uncle Dougie? Don't you know Uncle Dougie?
Uncle Dougie.
There you go.
Arknoid? That waste?
Bing,
Like-
bing.
Like, really? Oh, god damn it.
He's dead.
The eyes are.
Did
Okay.
Arknoid end up dying?
No, he was picked up by the cops, if I remember right. That was Vic Brutus, and he was part of a pickup that took him. Yeah, he was never really. I mean, you guys never got on either the good or the bad side of him. He was kind of the one who wasn't in the know, as far as I remember. But one way or another, don't you know Uncle Dougie is all he can say. And again, his eyes are kind of still going like this. And at this point, he passes out again, and he's out for a bit. Again, he's carbon monoxide poisoning. You roll him on his
down
side.
for my damn.
All right, let's just assume genetics plays a factor here, and that guy's mostly useless.
Mhm.
Back to HQ. Rambo's still down,
Mhm.
and my
Yes.
leg hurts like a bitch.
Well, I think we've got some. We got some good stuff back at the You shouldn't feel it once we get back.
We have,
Truth.
we have extra tracksuits at the HQ too.
Truth. And it's only 3 districts away. How convenient.
Yeah.
You guys are in the northern end of town here,
Could
or
we-
the northern
we
town.
boost a different car, so we don't. So
Yeah.
well,
Can I start looking for a better car?
yeah, with skulls. We need skulls.
I'm all you happen to see. No, from where you're
Our
at.
other option is to keep this car and just steal a spoiler off another one to put on it. That'll make it faster.
Yep. Where you're at in the construction site, there's nothing. You could either walk out, or well, some of you can, or drive out and look for another one. You could do that too. But where you're at, you'd have to.
Are the
drive out
alleys
from under the
around here like actually clean?
No.
Good. Then I'm gonna look for drugs in them.
Good. Perfect. And I'll give you
Actually-
an asset for that.
Do any of the okay?
Math,
Do any of
mathematics.
these alleys have any like Robo Crusties or anybody like that in them?
You can drive down or walk down to see, but you do know. Actually, does anybody have any either history, city history, or knowledge of something?
I do, but I don't
Okay.
care.
Right. Perfect. So roll anyway, whether you say it out loud or not. Something may or may not. Although I'm hoping for a 1. You're like, oh, there's a VURT you want around the corner. Yep.
I got a 15, but
Okay.
that was for searching for drugs first. Hold on, let me roll again.
Okay.
I got a 14 for real world history, which I am trained in.
Counts as well because it's only difficult at 12, and also so let's put those 2 in 1. Okay, what you know about new platting here? I mean, they have the Victoria Mill Shimmyplex. There's a great side of a better side of town, and then there's a side that bumps up against Strange Ways prison. There's a lot of different stores. There, you do know that there is one Slick City. You heard about this Slick City that which is a place that a chain that sells feathers like VURT you want, and
They've got good feathers. They're just insufferable to hang out in.
yeah, because everybody's dressed in fake cowboy hats and fringes and saying "Hi, partner" with really bad British American accents. So that's part of the vibe. But anyway, you do know that there's one not far at all from here. They usually have good shit. Let's be real here. And that's, let's say, because you passed it, it's 3 uneventful blocks to get there. You can either go, well, you're either in the car or you're severely hindered speed-wise with your mate there.
Because of Crutchy?
Yeah.
I feel slightly morally obligated to remind you featherheads that we just broke out of an MPD prison. Barely. We got a prisoner in the trunk, and God knows how many people looking for us.
So
Maybe
what
we don't go to
you're saying
Walmart.
is, you're saying that while we're here wearing our prison jumpsuits that we escaped in, we shouldn't go shopping with no money to pay for anything?
Throwing it out there as an idea.
I love but logically, yeah, it makes sense.
I don't care.
So that's what you know.
So like,
You know that a few blocks away, you could get your hands on some good stuff, but
How do people handle a situation where they lose their PDAs? Like, is there such a thing as a PDA's phone booth?
go to the VURT you want.
you want Slick City.
Slick City.
Shoot, even a Monster Mart, you can, or kiosks. They're pretty easy to buy.
Yeah, I think, I know it's going to sound weird, but for the second time in the same day, I'm going to agree with Chester.
Nice.
No, you just need disguises. Look, this garbage bag will work.
Wait. I know where we can get a tracksuit.
You zip it too. Both of you.
Yeah, wait a second, everybody. Oedipus is actually going to make sense. And all of a sudden, even the soundtrack and the radio goes dim. Oh, wise words of Oedipus.
We're going to go to somewhere where you can't buy any good feathers, but you can buy a PDA so that you 2 numbskulls don't get distracted by it.
Nice.
Then we're going to call up headquarters and we're going to get someone to come out here with a good car take his back, get Chester patched up, maybe get him a new sweet leg, robo leg, something.
Oh, I'd love a sweet new leg.
And
The
Then
only
we're gonna
feather
do
I am
feathers.
concerned about is the
Oh,
one that
wait,
people
what-
literally died for, and that we wound up starting a war between the Chimera and the cops over. I want that feather back.
You want to
I
break
need-
back into gateways to get your shit?
Yes.
we
I
don't
need
know
my
what's
shit.
going on.
I need
not saying
my
no.
parts- My chassis was signed by Bella. I need it back.
Yep.
We'll figure it
Bella
out
sent
later.
I was gonna upgrade Spaz.
Numbskulls.
Look, if you guys want to get back into gateways, just walk about 20 feet in that direction and wait
All
about
right.
10 minutes.
Numbskulls, here. We're most likely in charge of the boomers right now. We have to start acting like it. We can be idiots when the doors are closed and the other guys aren't there.
At this point, even the music on the radio on the Ford Comet is like this Zen, like almost meditational music in the background, and a gong, like it. Whoa! Honestly, even you guys who are normally like ready to fucking backhand him are like, whoa, this guy. I don't know what he just figured out, but yeah, you seem to be speaking words of wisdom, my friend.
I think it's the realization that right now I might be the leader.
Oh, that is so.
Can't be the leader. I'm the queen.
I'm a speaker. Speakers lead. Onward.
Does not bode well for the boomers. I love it. Yes.
We're gonna go
So-
buy the PDA.
PDF Feather is going to be waiting for you at, like I said, the Slick City sells it. There's kiosks. Slick
Close-
City has. There's a kiosk even closer that has no other feathers.
Okay.
Put in your punies that you guys have, right? Where's your money?
Is there change in any of the cup holders here? That
Yeah,
You know what we don't need is fucking money. Let's go get some.
Search the car. Everybody search. Look under your seats. Look in
Yep.
the glove box.
Yep. Yeah, with the again the stench of bureaucracy and cubicles fills the air as you're going through. You know, this person has already looked everywhere for the last puny and lovely to buy something. They don't get paid well at this
Okay.
particular part.
Well, then we're gonna have to intimidate Israel Spurgeon
Yes.
into supporting our cause without monetary compensation.
Not to advocate crime here, but pretty sure Smoke would jank one without anyone noticing.
Go over do that, sure.
Yep. Now, let's say at this point, again, there's people. It's a mega city. Even when it's deserted, there's people for the most part. There's a few people walking, around. Obviously, at this time of night in this particular area, it isn't too bad, but these people are trying to get from point A to point B quickly and safely. They're not out for a stroll at 5 a.m. or
Are
4
we-
a.m.
Oh wait, someone grab the Arknoid's tracky jacket. It'll cover up the prison jumpsuit. Give you some. Just send Smoke in.
All right, Smoke, put on this jacket.
Now,
Which
It's
stinks
like
of
way
question.
too big for her.
Wait, hang on.
She just like tears off like the bottoms of the pants, and it basically looks like a dress.
Nice.
when we if we take his tracksuit, does he have a PDF?
He does not. He does not.
Have any
which
like
is
cash in the
which
pockets?
is odd. Which is odd. He has absolutely nothing on him. Yeah, perfect. The full. He like what is it, like Bastian in the is it Neverending Story when he pulls up the, Yeah, you have an oversized tracksuit. Yeah, that's just big. Yeah. And no, he doesn't have anything on him. He should, right?
He
So
should have my damn feathers, but he should have.
yeah, he should. Yeah. So he's coming in. He was there with nothing, which is again, usually people have at least something on them, at least a PDF. But anyway, okay. Yes, you don't find, and now there is somebody nearby. Let's say it's somebody who's about 2 weeks away from being a RoboCrusty. They're actually carrying a cardboard box. Let's say they just got canned. They're walking home at 5 in the morning after them, of course, using them all night and then firing him at the end of the shift. Just looks downtrodden, just absolutely, weeping. This looks like a pure human, just weeping into
Sure.
this box and just kind of, hunched over and trying to go quickly, but just so distracted from being let go and being so overworked.
All right.
Yep.
Smoke's gonna disappear.
Beautiful. Okay. And that's
She's going to use hand to eye.
okay.
So she's following while she's preparing. So it takes
Mhm.
a little bit. So first she disappears. That costs 1 might, but I have an edge, so it's free.
Hmm.
And then she uses hand to eye, which is 2 speed. I only have 1 edge, so it costs me a speed.
Hmm.
Let me update that.
And remember your drop down because of the
Speed
addiction.
is 1 easier for
Speed,
me.
yeah. Speed actually is fine. Yeah. Anything intellect related.
Concentration is bad.
Yep.
So hand to eye gives me an asset to manual dexterity.
Okay.
And I'm trained in hiding and sneaking. And I'm really jonesing, and this is gonna help me. So that's gonna be the speed asset also.
I'll give that.
So that's
sure. 3 at this point.
3.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And this is specifically, what are you trying to do? Lift a wallet or something like that, I would take it, or
Yeah.
what are you doing? Okay. What would you like to do, just so I can set the difficulty, like specifically?
So what I want to do is I want to take this wadded up piece of leg like cloth that I took off, and I want to swap it for the wallet, so it like feels like there's still something in his pocket.
I can dig that. Okay. And you've dropped it 3. Okay. For you, it's challenging. 1, 2. Okay. 6 or above.
I got a 17.
Excellent. Okay. You do exactly that. Just like, you do a little bit of this right before, drop a little sand, and you do the switch, it's Indiana Jones reference. And just, the right weight, and that person, that poor son of a bitch, that's just so shameful. You just robbed like the last bit from this person who just got fired, and they're walking home, and now they're going to find themselves with a dirty.
So, and he's a human, so I'm going to check his drip feed too.
Pure as poor. Dig it. Okay, you do have a drip feed card, absolutely, because everybody in that sector unfortunately has it. They don't. MPD pays shit at the lower levels. Also, you do have, let's say for him, 30 quid. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 30 quid. Again, it's just like the basics. It's a few meals or whatever it is, or a feather or 2, depending. Or maybe even a hit of boomer. You can get a couple hits for that if you know the right people. Plant that seed in your mind. Okay, and then you have, again, 30 quid.
All right. And are there any like sad pictures of kids in his wallet or anything?
That's exactly what it is.
All right.
Yeah. When it says, and then you see wrapped up, it's a little handwritten card that says, "Can't wait to see you, Daddy. I love you. See you tonight. So happy you can make my birthday."
She's like, it's like the cutest little daughter. Like,
I tossed that back in the box.
Oh, it's the kid's birthday.
That's terrible. Who would fire a dad on their birthday? Ignore the rest.
Oh, the MPD.
Yeah. So I tossed the wallet and the sad pictures of the kids back in the box.
Perfect. Yeah, you do just
like,
that.
Happy birthday.
So at least, they'll have. That was so kind of you. Okay, so well, again, pure human. Who cares? You guys are pure as poor. All right. So yes, you do have that, and you have 30 quid. At this point, let's have everybody do a general, like, know your surroundings kind of roll, which could be anywhere from Oh hell. Even if it was just basic intellect, but something else to kind of, unless you have a skill that you think might be better, but it's to again get kind of a handle on exactly where you're at this point.
Would an inability in perception count against this?
Yeah, it would,
I mean, good.
unfortunately.
I
And this
feel
is
like I might have
concentration
missed that
test.
one a couple of times.
I'm rolling, but I'm spending 1 level of effort.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
me-
have real world history, but I'm -3 intellect stuffs.
Yeah. Yep.
I got an 8.
I'll spend 2 levels of effort.
Okay.
I'll also spend 2 because we're in a pickle here.
4.
Okay.
I got a
People come to this
10.
part of town? I didn't know that this place people actually went.
7.
And Shar, what'd you roll?
I got a 10,
But it's dropped 3.
but it's dropped 2 because I have real world knowledge, which
Okay,
cancels
so
out one of them.
okay, so no. All right. You guys feel safe. And this is the moment where the dog, those with dog genetics in there, all of a sudden smell the smell of alpha dog coming up. Some just dog smell coming up. You can't believe you didn't smell it before. And now everybody hears the growling from behind, and then you guys all turn. And as you were focused on lifting this poor man's wallet, behind you, you've been trailed by a gigantic crazed robodog. These are one of, let's say, 6 foot at the shoulder, so another 8 to 10 feet straight up. Like from the book there, Tristan and Suze's, their robodogs, the huge ones, twice the size
They're
of
like
Charlie.
4 on the floor or 2 feet.
4 on the floor, absolute. This
Damn.
is a yeah, I should specify. This is a RoboDog craze, but it just looks like, I guess, like a Hound of the Baskervilles, robotic, and even has like wire, coming out in different ways to make it look twice as big. The wires and its back are sticking up, and at this point, it sniffs and it's looking at all 4 of you guys, and this
I'm
is
still hitting.
a
I
luck.
mean,
Yes, actually, you're not. Because wait,
I
yeah, you
mean,
are. He can smell you.
yeah,
He
you
can
can't
certainly
see me.
smell you, and if he's been observing, he would know where to leap. But he's been watching you guys. Now everybody's gonna roll just a regular d20. This is a shit luck roll, shall we say. This is, unless anybody has anything with luck or anything to add to it, this is just a straight 20 roll to see who gets
Um,
the lowest number.
could
I
I
got 4.
could I spin identity here?
Nope, it's crazed. It's not. It's
14.
okay.
16.
Oh, Chester's having the worst day.
16.
Well, you do
Mike, what'd you
smell
roll?
like fresh bones.
Oops, can't hear you, Mike. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Chester and Blix are tied. Yeah.
4.
We both have a 4. Yeah.
Let's do another between you two, just a regular straight 20 roll. So now you can see that it's looking back between the 2 of you guys. Now it's ready to pounce.
I got another 4.
I got a 13.
Oh shit, Chester, this is just the worst day in the world. Okay. Yeah. So the crazed RoboDog is feral RoboDog, basically. It's crazed. It jumps at you. So now you're going to make a dodge roll. And remember, you are 2 steps down because of your leg, because you're now at a impaired. Applying applying effort to anything that uses your leg costs 1 more each time now. But we
Okay.
haven't done it.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Can I spend effort for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm spending 3 level of effort.
Wise.
So that's
Wise.
what
Speed. Yeah, it's out of the speed pool.
that's 4. So I was at 18. So that means I'm at 14. And got a 5. I'm gonna use XP to re-roll that.
Wise. Oh damn, a feral robo dog.
Okay, 12.
Nope. 15. Wait, 12 minus 2. You rolled a 12?
I rolled a 12.
Okay, then no, yeah, because you're dropped down 2. So, no. It does attack. I'll show you the pick. This is very reading rainbow of me, but sorry, I just don't want. We
Take
can
a
upload.
look
Oh Lord.
in a book. My character's
yeah.
inevitable death.
Right. Uh, you don't have to take my word for it. So check this out. All right. Feral robo dogs often live in small packs. So, luckily this is just one. Let's see. It attacks. It bites down on your shoulder, let's say, for 5 points of damage.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it had yes, for 5 points of damage, and it knocks effect. It ragdolls you for 5 points of damage and tosses you down. So it's gonna take an action to get up, and you're gone. Just ragdoll and throws you, and it's up to ready to attack again. But at least at this point now, we're back at we're now in combat for sure. Okay, feral robo dog there. And at this point, it opens its mouth wide. It unhinges, and you can see that telescoping out of its mouth, just like out of some really horrible VURT cartoon, is a gun barrel that
Oh Jesus.
with its mouth open, and it's pointing at you guys, and you can hear it's one of its ears goes back and it has its mouth open, and it's ready to. It has a built-in tongue gun. So that's where it is at. Now let's roll for to see who's gonna go in order here, and I'm gonna let's see based on and then see if I go before you guys or not.
Oh shit. I got a 1.
I got
Oh, we'll deal with that later.
I'm trained in initiative and got a 16.
Excellent. Okay, well, at least you can. Okay. Rob, what'd you
trained
roll?
in initiative, and I got a 2.
Oh crap.
Trained in 10.
Okay. So at least somebody passed a 15.
Think
So yeah. So
Stasis.
so Blix,
I
you
feel like
are
a one-trick pony if I do that, though. Come on.
It's such a good trick. It's the best trick. It's like saying I'm a one-trick pony, but I literally can juggle a car. Cool trick, pony. Do that.
Well, I also looked at it and it says it's like I can do it to something that is my size or smaller, and this thing sounds like it's big.
Damn it.
Quick,
Yep.
start
I was
eating.
gonna say
Blix is
6 foot.
tall, but Blix
yeah,
is really
si-
thin. Like
Yeah, 6 foot at the shoulder and 8 feet with the head up means that it's roughly the size of I'd say
A
probably
Ford
either
Comet?
a lion. Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
maybe a rhinoceros. I think more rhinoceros. Like it's tons of steel at this point, and it's pissed. Yes. Okay. So you are able to act first, and then Feral Robo Dog is going to act, and then you guys, and then we're going to go one by one at this time.
Yeah, then I'm gonna force point the crap out of him. So.
Do it.
I'll spend 3 levels of effort.
Okay.
2 there to hit with, and 1 for extra damage. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right.
10, 2. All right. So it's
Stand clear.
12.
Oh
Okay.
god.
12. No.
So I'll spend XP to re-roll that.
Was it a 1?
It was a 3.
Okay. Yep. And I haven't forgotten about your 1 yet there.
And I got it with a 4. Okay, so
Okay. Okay.
a big chunk of like brick goes flying from the other side of it.
Yep. And its
Like,
eyes.
take that.
Yes. And now, hey, its focus is directly on you. And
You
it's
lucky
going
dog,
to-
you.
Right.
Hey, no dog genetics. Here we go.
True. Now, Smoke, as you're again turning around to get yourself in the right, the right position, uncharacteristically for you, you slip in some some muck in this ginnel here, and don't fall over, but you are back. You kind of start to fall back a little bit and get yourself set, but you're not close enough to do a hand-to-hand attack uh, at this point without running towards. So that's what the one resulted in for initiative.
Especially if
you're
it just decided to
But I
chew
could
Blix
do
in.
something ranged.
You can, although right after the feral dog goes, yes, you can do something ranged.
Okay.
So feral robo dog now is looking at the one that shot the bricks over it, and just straight on, and it opens its mouth, and okay, of course its mouth's already open, built in, and do a dodge for me. Yeah.
Okay, so I am actually trained in speed defense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'll spend a level of effort for it. $12.
Okay. And how was it dropped?
Yeah,
You rolled a 12.
I spent a level of effort, and I have the speed defense training.
Okay. Okay. So 9. Perfect. So it's demanding. So yes. Yes. So it it shoots. Again, right over your head. It's now just been a shot fired and a shot fired, and it hits bricks over your head and goes in. And now, if there was, a showdown music, Western style in the background, this is when it would be, a shot and a shot, and you guys are still facing each other. Now, as this, Mancunian standoff is happening here, the other three of you now get to act. Let's do it in the order that you guys had for the uh, what is it, initiative there. So Jack, you got a 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shar?
I got the 1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it's already affected. Okay, you go last in this round.
Hit
You
me.
got 6. Okay,
I
so
had a 10 with training.
10 with training, right? Okay, so go for it. You actually, it's not facing you guys at all. It is locked in and growling at Blix. So you're up.
I'm going to finger gun it. Is there any exposed wiring or anything?
On the feral robo dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. Oh, you want to aim?
I'm going to try to aim for the exposed wiring and then finger gun it.
Okay, so let's see. Fire modes, bush bullet. Aiming for this, it's stopped still. It's not moving, so I won't add anything too much more than that. So we'll go up to. Okay, so you're aiming specifically at exposed wiring.
Yes.
Okay, let's say that there's wiring and the underneath its front paws in both sides, so you can see something that has a connection to the chassis and the appendage.
Would that be a speed roll?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
That's ranged. So anything that can drop that down from an intimidating task, because
yeah,
may
I'm
be
gonna
there,
spend let's see, math. So 2 levels of effort would be 5 minus 1 is 4. So
got it. Okay, down to difficult now.
12. Here we go. 19.
Oh, okay. And then okay, so do you want to do the extra? Oh, how do you want to? You want an effect, a minor effect, or do you want the extra damage?
I'm hoping that in like some kind of synchronous event, the RoboDog starts limping.
Excellent. Yes. So minor effect it is. Yes, it hits exactly there. It pops right through that one spot, which of course you knew you were going to hit. And its front arm at this point, goes down, and you can actually see it splay off to the side. And it looks down at its paw in confusion because it was such a good shot. It was no impact, just as a, and all of a sudden its leg isn't working on the side. So front leg is splayed off or splayed to the side. Okay. Nice shot, Jetson. Who's next? Smoke. Sorry. Chester.
Chester is going to go partially there. So
Okay.
next 10 minutes, any damage to me is reduced by half.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll spend the might to activate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if it's might to activate, applying effort will cost +1 if it has to do with just kind of in general, either your legs or might or some type of strength roll because you're impaired, wounded, injured. So applying effort costs +1 every time.
Okay. So instead of, all right.
I feel that counts as.
And also no major or minor effects occur.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that's his action is he's on the ground and just like he goes, smokes out.
Perfect. And that works. And yeah, that's where you're at. Perfect. Smoke, speaking of, again, you're too far back to do a melee without jumping in, but ranged is up to you.
What I want to do is I want to disorient him.
Okay.
It costs an int, and then all of his actions, including his defense, are harder by 1 step for a round.
Okay, now this
So
is
until
something
my-
concentration related, correct? Yeah, so it's 3 down 3 until you get some hit of something. You're in a, and also on the next round, you're going to be rolling also, Mike, you're going to be rolling for Blix. That beautiful melting wall of steel through Mathemagic is starting to pop up again at the worst time. Damn. So you just roll to see if you can get your mind past it for the next one. Okay, so what are you gonna do? What's Smoke up to?
Maybe I won't do that because I don't think it'll work.
At this point, you can see the foam
That's
coming out of the
never
side
stopped
of
us
its
in the
mouth.
past.
That's true.
Very true. Yeah, the foam is out. It's got some disease, some
that's.
viral something else.
I'm going to go also partially there.
Got it. Okay.
Half damage.
So it is now confused. It can smell well, but now two of its targets have just partially vanished. It's very confused. It's still half looking up and down at its messed up leg, and it's missed shot. It's incredibly agitated at this point. Yes. Okay, we are at the top of the round again. Let's keep with the same numbers as we did. Blix, first roll this intellect thing to see if you can get past it.
Okay. I'll spend a level of effort on that since I've got the edge. We'll cancel that one out. Okay. 9.
Want to re-roll?
Well, if you're going to ask, then yeah, totally. That would be a 15.
Hey, that's way better than 12. Okay, good. Okay. Yes. And which is going to make it twice as difficult, or 1 step more difficult, technically. On the next round, you feel that you're this close to figuring out that trick. You might be able to figure out that mathematical trick to turn 3.5 feet of solid steel wall into mist, partially. So that's huge. So yes, you passed it this time. We'll deal with it on the next round to see if you can wrap your head around it or if it's gone forever with no rerolls on that one. So we'll figure that out. But you passed that. Now you can act for an attack if you want. It's in front of you and it's down. It's messed up in its arm too. So.
Is it still like concentrating on me, or is it? Like,
yep.
Okay.
It's looking all over the place. It's looking at the disappearing targets. It's looking down at its messed up leg and trying to figure out why it's not working. Yeah.
It's tempting to just play dead, but no, I'll take another shot at it with force point.
Okay, go for it. It's down.
Just drop dead, like Oedipus. It's all yours.
Yes.
No, I'll take another pot shot at it.
Okay.
Um,
It's down 1 level because of its leg, because
Okay.
it's distracted. Okay.
I'll put 2 levels of effort into that then.
Okay.
1 to hit and 1 for damage.
Okay. 9. So 9 or above.
Okay. Played this character for a year and a half. I have never hit with force point.
Oh,
Seriously?
oh shoot.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Over the other shoulder. It goes through. Now it is locked back on you, and it is going to lunge. Now its lunge is going to be off because it's pushing off with a leg that isn't good. Chester, you can probably feel that. Yeah. Okay. So roll a dodge for me now,
Okay.
and it has its mouth open, of course, but it's going to bite, as if it's biting, not to shoot this time.
Okay. So I've gotten trained in speed defense. So got that
Okay.
going for me.
Okay. Down to challenging.
7.
Oh no, sorry. Down to 12. Nope. Want to
No.
re-roll?
Okay.
Do you have any XP?
I'm out of XP.
Okay. Yes. It grabs. Let's see. 5 points of damage immediately. It ragdolls you like this, but it does not let go. So
Oh.
we're now
Well, the
grappled.
good news is I have ward, so that takes 1 point of damage off it.
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
that's right.
Okay, so yes, and it's shaking you now. That was its turn. Now, Rob. Okay, what's Oedipus up to?
Feeling proud of himself and trying this on the other leg.
Nice. Got it. Another called shot. Okay, basically. Okay, so, and are you using anything to drop it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it again by 2. So
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna drop it by 1 actually. No, 2.
Okay.
YOLO.
Difficult. Yeah.
You will
Please
use
help. Yeah,
Drop those
that's-
fools. Yeah.
All right.
12 or above.
Okay. 14.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
It drops down like this. It can still kind of, even though it's got the whatever the, it's the front legs are not working at all. It can still kind of push itself forward, and it does in a messed up way. Then it kind of splays aside, and now it's confused looking down because again, these are 2 straight shots that it didn't, so it can't understand why its legs aren't working. Yes, so that's yours. That makes it easier for let's see, what is Chester up to? Again,
So Chester was what's he gonna do? So the only thing he's got a piece of rebar. So he's gonna stand up and hobble and just try to smash the head of the robo dog.
Okay. So 3 points down, or 3, it drops you 3. I'm sorry, how many do you have? Let's see. Applying effort cost +1. No major minor effects occur. Extra damage. Okay. Okay. So go for it. That's 15,
All right.
15, 20. Any effort?
No, I got a 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nope. It's all because your leg is so bad that what should be working, what should be doable just through sheer, force of will, there is a limit. Even you have a limit. So, and this particular round is this. So yes, you go down onto one knee, in pain.
Okay.
All right. So Shar,
So
what is Smoke doing?
Smoke kind of sniffs, and she sneaks over to the dog, like right by his jaws where he's looking around, and she starts prying the jaws open and licking his teeth. Because
Nice.
he's got VURT blood on him, and meanwhile releasing licks.
I mean, there's putting your head in the lion's mouth, and then there's putting your head in the lion's mouth and licking its drug-infused teeth. This is so VURT. Yes, I absolutely will allow it. In fact, style points will drop at 1. That's right. You're already partially there, so you get the plus or that 1. So go for it.
So I've got muscles of iron.
Yep.
So I've got might actions, so I'm extra strong.
Beautiful.
I'm trained in breaking things, so I'm kind of like trying to break his jaw while I'm opening it so that I can get in there better.
Okay.
And that's what I got there.
Beautiful.
And I've got this drug inability,
Yes.
which I just really want the VURT blood.
Yeah.
And Blix has told me he won't be my friend if I lick it off of him.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let's roll for it. That's intimidating to say the least, but let's go for it. Again, style, you can at least get, if you pass, I'll give this. If you get a 19 or 20, we'll see what the licking ability does. Otherwise, let's just figure if you can this attack. Okay. Are you gonna drop it at all for
so I had like the
3?
breaking things.
Right.
I have the muscles of iron. And partially there. I've got this rebar that I'm prying his jaw open with.
Okay. So
That's
it's
my
up to. Okay.
okay. And I'll use effort.
15. Okay. One level of effort.
We'll go with 2 levels of effort.
Okay. Wow, that drops it like a
That's
son of a gun.
5.
9. Demanding. It's now down to 9 or above.
2 is 3, might.
Actually, I take that back. 6 or above because it can't use its legs. It's down 1. 6 or above on this.
I got a 3. I'm gonna re-roll it.
Do it.
11.
Excellent. You knock and you pull off the bottom jaw, the mandible, and it's heavy, but you're so you're holding it up. And the dog at this point is looking down. Its legs aren't working. It doesn't have a lower jaw. It's so crazed. And now, as you pull it out, all the foam and foam from the rabies and or wherever the viral thing is pours out, and it looks up at you confused and cocks its head like this, and that, to say the least, that hurts him. So at this point, everybody can kind of see that this feral robo dog is at least, you guys, it's been hurt. It's been hurt quite a bit. But it's still attacking. Let's do real world knowledge. Who has that?
Wait, but the real question is, did I get a little high?
Not without an 18 or 19 or 20, unfortunately. So, what if? And as much as you could, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Maybe it has to be pure VURT instead of just the blood. But you keep trying. You keep chasing that dragon. Okay. So, yes. So, do you have a real world things? A real world knowledge? This is the moment where everybody digs deep to figure out what they know about feral robo dogs. If you don't have real world knowledge, just a regular intellect roll, and remember how far down or up the scale you are with that.
I got a 1.
That's to balance off all these climactic 20s there. So
Chester is pretty sure feral robo dogs don't exist. Yeah.
Right.
This is just a regular robo dog.
Speaking of natural 20s.
Excellent. Okay. Anybody else? If you get a 20 or.
I got a 9 minus 3.
I rolled a 1 as well.
Okay. You also, actually, let's say that this at this point makes you wonder if you're. Could you be in a feather again? Nah, we'll just give you confusion there.
What do you mean again?
Here's what you remember out of nowhere. Feral robodogs are never friendly. Check. They are okay. They can sometimes be placated by tossing useful electronic components, but even this won't make them safe to approach.
He can't have any more of my body parts.
If obviously outmatched, the robo dog will likely try and flee. So that's another total clue that there's viral or there's something wrong. It's crazed. It's not acting even like a regular feral robodog.
It's
And
really that strong.
yeah, and at this point, it's shaking. It's all over the place, and foam's going everywhere, and blood mixed with oil because it's a robo dog, and it's howling, and it sounds awful. It just sounds pitiful. But that's what you remember is these component placated thing, if whatever that means to you. So yes, that's what everybody's figured out. Now we are back at the top, which means that Blix now. You are up, and at this point, the feral robo dog is again. Everybody's covered in this, that when dogs have rabies and the foam and the spit, so everybody's messed up.
Useless spit.
Basically. Okay. So what you doing, Blix?
I am going to try one more time to force point him.
Excellent. Oh, I'm pulling for you. Okay.
I like that you've decided to remain a one-trick pony. It's just a trick you don't do very well.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's magic missile's supposed to work, man.
Yes,
It's
it's down 2 because of its legs and its jaw and its total confusion. And yeah, so force away.
Okay, so if I spend force point, I spend 3 levels of effort. That costs me 4, so that brings me down to. Yeah, this is not great.
3 or above. If you drop it down 3 levels plus the other, plus it's down 2 already, and you drop it 3 levels of effort, you said?
So I'll drop it by 2 levels and take an extra damage.
Okay, so 6 or above. No.
18.
Yeah! Damn time. Excellent. Okay.
What a forceful point you pointed.
And 18 is the
I
extra
am
damage.
sick of this.
You know what? Yes. The force point at it's already totally messed up. Where do you hit it? And then we'll.
Well, I think it had me in its jaws and kind of like dropped me when like smoke was like jamming into its mouth with a piece of rebar. So I land underneath, so I end up like kind of not under the chin, but like the front of the chest there. So it kind of like pops it up backwards.
Nice. At this point, absolutely, there's fluid, there's blood, there's bits and pieces of flesh with the metal in it. Total feral flesh that it's been chewing on. Obviously, and also bits of its dog genetics, and its head goes up like a fountain, and it drops down heavy. You can hear it slam like this, and it goes off to the side, and a little trail of smoke comes up from its mouth, and it is out of commission.
I
stands up, sloughing like goo off of himself.
I got you a leg.
That is so messed up. But you know what? Chester's going to use that as his new crutch. Like, it's about the right height. Chester now has a robo dog leg as his crutch.
It is perfect height for you, and yes, it's exactly what it is. You now have a new crutch. Okay. Also, yes, you can hear again quite a ways off in the background the sounds of sirens. You knew it wouldn't be too long before they swept this part of town, but this is the they're coming pretty damn soon warning signs for you guys. Yes, so that's what's happening.
Okay.
Maybe 3 or 4 rounds.
Everybody, back to the junkmobile.
Back into Ford Focus.
Let's go to the next neighborhood and try to buy a freaking feather there.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's see if you can get away from the cops. Okay.
Wait, does the dog have any skin that's like not metal?
Yeah, inside it. It's really mixed up, this particular one. It's not just like front or back or just a head or something like that. It's all mixed up.
Not to get super meta, but yeah, does it have anything where you search it and find ciphers? I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody's got any gear to use.
How about this? Loot, ciphers. And
Yeah.
you know that because you know about robodogs, remember?
Exactly.
Hit it. You have time
you can pull
to
this
do a
component
search
off right
roll.
here. That's great. Yeah.
You have time to do a search roll, and oh my goodness, you get to do 3 rolls.
3
So-
rolls of what?
Of the, sorry, a D100. Let's get to the cipher list. I think that's on page, was it 202? Something like that. I wrote the book.
Flowers back.
Yeah, Blix is like standing there over it, like wiping goo
Yeah.
off of his prison jumpsuits. Like, I have had enough of this, and like picking
Nice.
pieces out. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see.
He's
Oh,
gonna run around naked instead.
so cipher list is page 360. Okay.
Something
So-
fun. Something fun. Something
Yes.
fun.
Drugs.
Something useful.
Okay.
Oh my
What's
god,
the
what
first?
have I become?
Here's number 1. 100.
Oh, black feather.
Yeah, you got your dip getter.
You have my damn feather.
A black feather. You can identify it in a little bit, but yes, black feather. Absolutely. Okay.
Good.
Number 2. That's good.
Uh,
That's fitting.
4.
4 is all over in a second delay cream. So yeah, that's the a small tube of clear gel. When applied to the body, the PC can resist any physical temptation. Lasts for a number of minutes equal to the level of the cipher. Hang in there. Okay. Sorry, guys.
And
Okay.
83.
83. Tidal bomb. Okay, cool. That one's awesome. Tidal bomb is, I got it right here. Yeah, that's worth talking. Okay, a small mathematical sculpture made of glass or crystal that shatters when thrown. The object vibrates almost imperceptibly. So here is a picture of it. It's a little glass
Oh,
unicorn.
it's a unicorn.
It sure is, of course. So, yeah, and it has a bunch of effects that we can get into once you identify it. In fact, we'll do it on the next session. We'll take a good look at it, as well as the feather. However, okay, you got those 3. You're in the car. You're going to do a
Is
driving
the
roll. Yes.
all over in a second delay cream something that might help with Smokes jonesing here in the car on us?
Physical temptation. Yes. Physical
You need
temptation.
this.
But how long
It's
is
like
it last?
this like gooey little tap. Like,
Let's see. I think it's per level of
What
cipher.
is it? She
Roll
just
a
starts
D6.
eating it.
Yeah, exactly.
here,
Yeah, all
this
over.
is for you, and it's like delay cream. It's like, why are you? I don't
Nice.
think I want to have this conversation. It's like,
So roll a d6. Before you hand it over, roll a d6, Mike, just to see the level of cipher. And that'll
so
be the number
3.
of minutes.
the number of minutes. Okay, that's gonna help. 3. Yeah.
So 3. Okay, so 3 minutes. Okay.
Ah,
Now this
I'm
will
still
allow
gonna
you
hand it over.
to.
It's just not gonna help that long. So.
Well, to be honest, even the ability to concentrate and hang on to a moving car, as if you're going to be on the outside, it's up to you. But it could help if you're going to still be.
instead of
comment
just like
surfing.
trying to catch blurb flies as we go past.
I could just see you reaching out. Yeah. So, yeah. So the handover has been done. We'll see on the next round if you use it or not. Sirens are there. We're now at 2 away. So let's do a roll there, Lucid Driver. And this is just to get yourself into the next. Yeah, it's a transportation roll. So.
Yep. Driver
Mhm.
skill. And I'm going to spend 2 levels of effort
Okay.
to get my pool down. So that's 2 is 5 minus 4 is 1. 15.
12 or above.
Actually, I'm just going to spend 3 levels of effort. What the hell?
Okay. 9 or above.
That's 15.
Drop those pools.
It's a 12.
Excellent. 9 or above. There you go. So yes, you zip out of there. You can tell that they're still searching out, panning out, but at least you've got an advantage on them. Now everybody at this point is going to roll a basic intellect roll. Nothing specific, not even perception, just do a basic standard intellect roll without effort.
14.
Okay. 15 for Chester.
Okay, good. At least something
7?
on it. Nope.
16 here.
Okay, so the 2 of you guys, and that's fitting as well. Because of the auto gen in you, or the robo in you, Blix, as well as the dog in you, Chester. You guys are starting to feel your throat kind of close up a little bit, and you guys are, you guys are kind of wiping all the slobber off you, and you start coughing, and you realize that you have foam starting to come out of your mouth
Oh, oh,
like this, and
really?
you look over each other's eyes. Your eyes are starting to go, starting to get bloodshot, go up like this, and now you're coughing out foam. And as that's happening, one more driving roll to see if you can get away from the MPD. The viral.
Driving roll.
It's the same
Splendid.
thing as last time.
So
Yeah.
3 levels is 3 plus 2 plus 2 is
Mhm.
7 minus 4 is 3. 12.
9 or above. 9 or above.
9.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. So as
Oh.
the lights fade down for this particular session, the Ford Comet again is driving like a Ford Comet shouldn't. And at this point, all 4 of you guys are pretty excited about the Comet. Maybe not the guy in the trunk, but whatever. And you're making it down this skinnle, up this. And you actually get to the point where you drive on a wall, or at one point down, and you get back to the edge of North Gort. And at this point, anybody with any robo or any dog genetics in them at all are viciously nauseated, incapacitated, with foam coming out of your mouth, and honestly starting to feel really fucking angry. Who does not have either dog? Is there only one?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like somebody's gonna.
Good thing I'm outside.
Sounds like college. Yeah, 3 of us are gonna take all these mushrooms, and there's one person to babysit. All right.
And I tried.
Yes, yes. Actually, you yanked off, and actually
I licked his mouth.
Yes. So there's no doubt. But of course, without those particular genetics, this was a feral robo dog
Yeah.
with a virus, and you guys can identify the virus next time up, as well as your amazing black feather, which you'll identify in the next one, as well as more about the tidal bomb. But at least you guys are on the edge of thing. You're pulling in, and at this point, you can see driving into the up to the hideout. You can see the confused faces of your fellow boomers and relief on their face, finally, like, oh, they never thought they'd see you guys again. And you can just tell they're just scrambling around. They were leaderless. It was absolute mess. And yeah, those of you with those genetics, you you ripped open the mouth of a totally virulent feral robo dog and got splashed. So that's what you're dealing with next time.
I think as we walk into headquarters,
Yeah.
I'm going to. I see Clem.
Yes, of course.
I give him a right hook, and later on, I was not far enough gone yet, but I'm going to blame it on the virus.
Nice, I love it. He manages to get out a. Can you hear? What can you hear? So can't even get out a "Can you hear me?" In his high-pitched, husky voice, and he goes down like one of those clowns at the fair games. He's down, and we'll end it there for this time. Cool. Nice, all.
Yeah, thanks for running, man.
Of course, of course. And we'll start again next time dealing with that. And God, Chester, I cannot believe you are still in one piece.
I'm not in one piece. I am clearly in 2 pieces.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. You're perforated. You're like this much from. Oh no, but you have a cool crutch. Yeah. Yeah, perfectly. Perfect. And actually, let's do one last thing as the lights are going down there on the scene. Let's roll to identify this black feather as you're looking at it on the way home. Let's say you have enough time to identify it. Blix.
That's on Blix.
Yep. It's just going to be you because you got it in your hand. Oh, wait. Can Smoke identify it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, yeah, Blix is too far gone at this point, unfortunately. The sickness, but maybe you can at least hear her, but you're getting angry and throwing up too much. Okay, so you're gonna have to identify the black feather here.
Okay. Well, I mean, can I get a hit of something once we get home?
Yeah, let's say you want to know. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Because after
Yep.
that, then I will.
You got a
will-
handful of jammers, Cortex jammers. Clem Fandingo's out. His lights are out. He's got the birds going around, but in his hand he has. Turns out he was coming over to offer you guys some.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but
I
you
take
knocked
them.
too late. Bah! Yeah, got it. Okay, so you can pound those
Okay,
without worrying about it.
now.
Let's identify. on.
So then I've got knowledge of vert feathers.
Correct.
I don't have -3 intellect.
Okay, right,
-3
true.
7.
Okay. And this is just to identify it, and then we're going to do a D100 if you do manage to identify it. But at this point, it's
and I'll
just
spend
standard.
a level of effort also.
Okay. 6 or above.
So then I got yeah, I got a 7.
Okay, 6 or above. That counts. Okay. Now you get to roll. I have it. D20. Yes. Okay. So you're going to roll a D20. Let's see. I got it right here. Where did I put it? All right. Yeah. Okay.
D100 for the cipher?
Yes.
Or no,
D20. This is on
Okay.
mine. Okay. Got it. Okay.
9.
13 or above. Okay. So 1, 2.
Sorry, it's not a div getter.
Nope, it isn't. Xano, Pillow Snore. That. Naga Marinade. Marinade. Okay. You've heard that this one is called Marinade of God.
Marinade of God.
It's a black feather called Marinade of God. It's also the street name for Takshaka Black.
Okay.
Now, no doors should be leading to Takshaka whatsoever. He's been banished from the real world. He was a former, chief of Manchester Police. He's the big reason. He's the big bad from VURT. And this is Marinade of God. And this is where Takshaka was pushed from the real world. Yes, during his defeat, Serpent King retreated into the feather and was hatched again. You guys all know the legend that hatched again. So you have Marinade of God, which
That's
leads
awesome.
to
I mean,
King Takshaka.
to be fair, he was a police chief, but at least he wasn't from Liverpool.
Exactly. Oh.
Oh.
Yes. Nice. Perfect. And that's where we'll end for sure. So you now have a very, very powerful door into something. And again, just the last little reminder there, your beautiful little beating mayfly heart. You can feel there. Blix has the mayfly malady, I suppose, which is a certain number of a ticking countdown. So you're feeling not weaker. In fact, you're feeling more and more at one with yourself. You do know that time is winding down for you right now.
Yeah, like Blix is usually like really fast and coordinated, and it's like, oh, like kind of stumbles once in a while here now. It's like,
Yep.
something ain't right. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm starting to fall apart at the seams.
That hits too hard in the real world for me. I can't talk about that one. My back.
Yeah.
All right. All right, all. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and we'll pick up from there.
All right.
Keep it
Paint
really
3 stripes.
Paint 3 stripes.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Listen up, Kittlings. Be very, very careful. You have been warned.